Hey everybody, well we made it to the WhiteWater Preserve. This is it here. It's a beautiful place in the middle of the mountain, the high desert, and it's a beautiful green place in the middle of dryness, dry mountains. There's a river that flows just on that side, and that's the WhiteWater River. That's why they call it the WhiteWater River Preserve. This used to be a hatchery where they would actually grow little trout, rainbow trout, different types of trout, and then take those trout back up into the mountains and try to replenish the rivers with fish. I guess that's some kind of a state effort in California. But beautiful place. They have picnic tables here. There's Caterpillar. They've got some restrooms here. There's a nature center over there, and I think the hatchery used to be over there as well. But if you look up here, you can see that we're still up in the mountains. It's right in the middle of this one big canyon with a river coming right down the middle. It was closed down because on Valentine's Day they had massive storms all over the area, including Palm Springs, and many areas in Palm Springs were wiped out, but this was also one of the other locations that was wiped out. The river right now is just pretty much like a strong stream. I wouldn't even consider it a river, but from what I could see from the rubble field, because we had to actually walk the rubble field, about a third of a mile all the way here from the trail. We had to get off trail to come here, and there was no trail to come here. We actually had to walk through a rubble field because the trail that came here was completely washed out. I mean, you could see the mountain was just completely scraped clean of any trail. And but we walked through the rubble field and did a lot of river crossings. I say river, but it was like a large, fast moving stream. You got it. Beautiful. Got you on video, honey. Not that bad, right? Awesome. And Caterpillar was successful in making those river crossings. Oh my God.
That was awesome.
Some of those river crossings were strong. Some of those river crossings were really strong. But we made it. This is a beautiful WhiteWater Preserve. We're going to hang around here for a little bit more and then take what's left of the road, because the road was washed away, but we should be able to hike it right down to the I-10 and get a car service and we're going to bypass a certain section which is very strenuous, and I don't know what that trail looks like. A lot of these trails were washed out from those storms, and from what we're hearing there's a lot of washouts, and I don't want to make this too much of a strenuous vacation. It should be enjoyable.
Hication. It's a hication.
It's an outdoor experience, but not a dangerous one. And there's some, we've already gone through some situations that were very dangerous. Some of those involved going through snowy slopes that were 1,000 feet down, and we're just walking on the slopes. But I'll explain that later in another video. Anyhow, I'll end it here and pick it up later. All right. Hey guys, we're still here at the WhiteWater Preserve. I just came to see if I could get some cell signal at the far edge of it. And I was able to send a couple of updates on Guthook. Just telling people how to get here to the WhiteWater Preserve from the junction off the Pacific Crest Trail. And we're going to hang around a little bit more and wait till the sun passes its apex, or when the sun is furthest from the top right above you. Because out here in the desert, that could be really, really strenuous, hiking out in the hot sun. But so behind me back there, you could probably make it out a little bit. There is the snow of Mount San Jacinto. We were on that mountain maybe 3 or 4 days ago coming off of it. Totally treacherous, totally dangerous. We shouldn't have done it, but we did it. So glad we did. It was a beautiful experience. The night after, I had a nightmare about it. You know, I had a nightmare that I was coming down it, and you know, the slopes were just going 1,000 feet down, and there was no trail. We were just actually walking on the previous hikers' footprints in the snow, and we were just stepping in their footprints trying to get through, and any slip and you go straight down 1,000 feet down the slope of the mountain. And at the bottom of the mountain and along the way, there's boulders and trees and all kinds of other stuff. But yeah, I had a bad nightmare about it the night before, still thinking about it. But I'm glad we got through it. It was a beautiful experience, and I'm glad I was able to conquer that and get through it. But the preserve is still here. It's of course closed to car traffic, and they really don't want hikers coming through here. They don't want hikers coming through here, but this is a good bailout if you need to from the trail, because once you leave here, there's a road. There's a road that leaves the preserve, and it follows along the preserve and goes back down south to the I-10. And if you needed to bail out because you're hurt or whatever, this is still a pretty good bailout. Even if it's closed, you know, it's still an area where you can get some rest, get some shade, have a quick lunch, and then head out. That doesn't mean that you're going to use all of their facilities. Of course, you've got, as a hiker, you've got all of your facilities on your back. Even so, like I said, even if it's closed, it's still nice to come through here and take advantage of this, because it's still here. It's being unused. And it's a beautiful shaded area to get away from the sun, because there's not that much shade in these areas, honestly. So the WhiteWater Preserve, all the trails that led to it were all just completely washed away. The road for car traffic to come up here was also washed away. The rangers here, were telling us. That's why you can't actually order a cab or an Uber from here. You actually have to hike down to the I-10 and then order a car if you need to. So keep that in mind. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually hike down to the I-10 and bypass this section and just get up to Big Bear. And from Big Bear, we'll probably continue on to Wrightwood. Beautiful area, lots of benches. What's nice about these picnic benches is that they're made out of marble or granite. They're made out of granite. See? Made out of granite. Very nicely done too. And you know, this thing is going to be here 10,000 years later. These benches will be here long after mankind. Hopefully not, but still. They're going to last a long time. Anyhow, we'll be here for a little while longer. Wait until the sun passes its apex, and then we'll get the heck out of here and head down to the I-10. All right, talk to you later. Bye. guys. Okay, so this is the road that leads to the WhiteWater Preserve. As you can see, it's just completely washed away all the way down. And we're just heading towards the point where the river actually went under the road, but now the river is as high as the road because it had pushed so much rubble down from above that the rubble piled up over here like a dam, and now the river is going through the road. It's actually going over the road. We're actually walking out of the WhiteWater Preserve, heading towards the I-10. Heading towards the I-10 and trying to get out to civilization. But this is what's left of the road. And this is the rubble field. The rubble field of the massive flood that came through here. We're going to go ahead and cross this river. And I just got through drying my my shoes and my socks. I know. What was the point? What was the point of drying them? Go ahead. Wow. We must have crossed this river about 10 times back down the river. And here we are, here I am again, crossing it one last time. And that's where the river's coming from. Crazy. And that's the reason why the WhiteWater Preserve is closed. That flood. And it's still flooded. That's why it's still closed, because it's still got, still has a lot of rushing water. This big rubble field over here built up so that the river was actually flowing over the road. And the little pipes or whatever to the viaduct that it had are all clogged up with rubble, so they're all clogged up with rubble, so the water's going right over the top. That's why the WhiteWater River Preserve is closed. Anyway, I'll sign off for now, and we'll pick it up later. There's part of the road again that's missing. Hey everybody, well, we're just hanging loose here, waiting for the sun to go a little bit more past its apex. It's pretty hot. It's past its apex right now, but it's still pretty hot. We had to come down 5 miles, and we've already gone down about a little over 2, maybe 2.3, 2.4 miles. So we still have about 2.6, 2.7 miles to go before we get down to the bottom of the mountain. But there's the river that's been raging. The WhiteWater Preserve all the way down. It's still coming pretty strong, even down here. And it's headed all the way down, same way that we are. What you see here, this is all a big rubble field from that big washout. Way back there, I show a sign. I'm going to show a sign in the video. The sign is like halfway buried from a mudslide that came from up there. And it's just a bunch of rocks and dirt and whatever else the mudslide brought down. You can see part of it is still hanging up there, the top of the mountain, right up there. It's been a crazy adventure, but we've been having a great time. Enjoying nature, enjoying the California wilderness. Well, we'll be heading down in a little bit, and then maybe I'll pick up the video from there.